What's up? What's up? What's up, beautiful people? It's Pretty Girl Love Shop content, and we are here to discuss BMF season 2 refresher, episodes 6 through 10. And yes, guys, we got to get ready for season 3, of course. So please make sure you're liking this video, subscribe, do all the things to support your girl. I do want to just start off with a quick little sick and shut in list slash, condolences to City Councilman Eric Mays. He was a councilman in Flint, Michigan. He was known for being just very outspoken, and he was a real one. Long story short, okay, so rest in peace to Eric Mays. He was definitely just he was inspirational. Okay, one of the most outspoken politicians I've ever seen in present day. Okay, so shout out to Eric Mays. If you don't know him or know about him, please go Google, TikTok. You'll see what I'm talking about. Okay. Church announcements. I will be doing season 3 preseason discussion on BMF on Wednesday at 8:15. So please check me out then, and we'll be discussing the trailer and my thoughts coming into season 3. Okay. Good morning, Daria, DeMarcus, Monica M. How are y'all doing? Thank you for coming through. Like I said, please make sure you are liking the video because I am doing the Lord's work, I feel. Okay. With this refresher. So let's get into it, you guys, because you have to remember we are stemming from the finale of season 5 when Lamar and took his raggedy behind over there and started threatening Lucille like he was going to do something. Okay, so of course at the time Meech and Terry was in Atlanta, so of course they're back in Detroit and they're not playing around. Okay, they over here in the Jeep and they are looking for Lamar. Okay, we got the machine guns ready, locked and loaded. Okay, but we already knew Terry, especially Terry, he wasn't going to do anything, okay? Terry, he talks big-ish, but we know at the end of the day, Terry would not harm a fly, low-key, all right? So this was a cute scene, but we knew nothing was going to come of this, right? But Lamar, he does not live by the same mantra, okay? Lamar is out for blood. So the boys over there in the record shop talking shop. Okay. And Saki was like, okay, I need to go ahead and pick my little boy up. I'm going to peep y'all later. So he decides to leave the establishment of the record shop that I'm pretty sure that has a restroom. Okay. Saki decides, no, I'm going to skip the indoor restroom and use the restroom outside. And outside, he got caught lacking by Lamar, okay? And we already know when somebody typically has on all white on a TV show, especially a crime show, that their days and their hours and maybe their minutes are numbered, okay? So Lamar, he got another body, okay? The street got a body in Saki, okay? And then we see, of course, everybody shows up in terms of, the coroner and, law enforcement. And the boys, they over there looking distraught. Meech done lost another soldier. And we see that Hoop, he gets confronted by Khaled, okay? And at first we're like, this don't look right. Like it was giving me like Hoop was probably going to be a snitch or something, and Khaled, was possibly the po-po, okay? But the writers made sure we was unclear on what the heck was going on with this situation with Hoop and Khaled. What's up, Aisha? How are you doing? Thank you for coming through. Meanwhile, Lamar, he drops a body, but he decides to save a body, okay? He goes over there in some random yard and he sees a dog, okay? And of course, he noticed this dog has been battered and bruised or what have you. Looks like he's been fighting and dealing with some physical harm, right? So Lamar decides to beat the owner, pull a little Mike Tyson, bite the owner's ear, threaten the owner, and steals the owner's dog and names the dog Blackie, okay? Lamar is doing too much already, off rip, okay? So Meech, he has to go back in the drawing board, okay? Because he's like, bro, I cannot lose any more soldiers. So he wants to enlist another crew, which is called the PA Boys, to help with Lamar, okay? Because obviously what he got going on with his boys ain't enough. So at the precinct, Yin, she looking at Bryant having a little conversation with Smitty. Now, Smitty is in charge of the evidence, in the police station. So, of course, Jen is like, what is going on here? Okay, so she asked, Bryant was like, yo, are you dirty like they say? Let me know. What's up, Ronald Cameron? Just let me know. And so Detective Bryant decides to come clean and says, hey, I borrowed 2 bricks from evidence to kind of do a little Operation Sting situation regarding Meech. Okay. So now Meech got to worry about Lamar and Brian at this point, right? But he ain't stressing too hard because he said, I got to look clean because we got a little party to go to. Okay, we see Jalen Rose over there, look like he playing himself. Everybody's looking casket sharp, all right? And so we get introduced to the PA boys that we talked about earlier, mainly Shane and Sterling. Now, there becomes a fight between the PA boys and the 6 Mile boys, okay? And Meech decided to help, which, actually helps him because he looks like a real one now. So the PA boy was like, okay, let's go ahead and meet up and see what's going on because we got to show our loyalty, right? So, of course, now we hooking up with the PA boys. Let's go over to the Flannery household, right? Because Mr. Ryan, T's teacher, is over there trying to visit because he wants to go ahead and tutor T because T done missed some days. You could tell Mr. Ryan had a really soft spot for T. But I guess T was like, you know what? Let me stop playing with myself. I am no longer a student, okay? I'm a full-time drug dealer, okay? No more part-time drug dealing for me. And he tells that to Charles and Lucille, and they was like, oh, this is what you want to do for real? Like, are you serious, my man? But they're pretty much disappointed because they're like, okay, you want to go ahead and follow in your brother's shoes because honestly, Lucille, her main thing for T is to graduate. And it's funny because a lot of parents want to just get their kids to the hump just to graduate, but T has stated, okay, I'm gonna graduate and what? Okay, cool. I may go to college. I may get a job. Like, don't get me wrong, those are good aspirations. But T was like, it's my money and I want it now. Like, he has an urgency because he's tired of being broke. I mean, being broke under that household, using water instead of milk, you know what I'm saying, with the cereal, like that is traumatizing. Okay. So I can sympathize on what Meech and Terry went through being broke because you never ever want to eat cereal with water. Like, I don't know, guys. Let me know in the chat if y'all ever had cereal with water. Like, don't get me wrong, I come from humble beginnings, but I don't think I've ever been that stressed out and broke in my life to really need to eat water, to drink water and have that with my cereal. Like, it ain't that deep. I'm gonna just eat dry cereal. Okay. So T, he already told his parents, no more school for me. I'm gonna go ahead and be a D boy. All right. So y'all, Monique is over there trying to strategize with Meech. Okay. She's like, we got to get Lamar out of here. We need to go ahead and tag team him to get him right. Okay. We got to clap him. Okay. As Miss K would say, shout out to Miss K. Rewind that with Miss K. So she tells Meech that we can't lose street logic with Lamar. Okay, Lamar is a street dude. That's all he know is the streets. So we can't come at him with no little okey doke situation. All right. And Meech was like, okay, I'm gonna try to figure it out. But Monique has a pressing matter. Okay, her kids are away. She, misses her kids. She wants them back as soon as possible, but she can't get the kids back because of Lamar. So she's stressed out. And at this point, she feels like she have to take matters in her own hands, but she's not really telling Meech at this point. What's up, Moochie? Thank you for coming through. So we also find out that Boom apparently accused Markeisha of stealing his money, right? So Terry has to go pick up Markeisha in the rain with her kids, okay? And I'm like, Markeisha, what we doing here? Because she said she works every day. We see Markeisha at work. Boone is a nice mid-level drug dealer. Like, I don't understand how that works. Okay, so Markeisha, are you paying the bills too? Is it 50-50? Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, Boom is low-key pimping her, because it's no way I'm gonna have a full-time job, not have nothing to show for it, but my man over here a whole drug dealer. Like, it don't make sense. It don't make sense. And then furthermore, you calling this teenage boy to rescue you and get you a room. Markeisha, you don't have no little nest egg aside. Like, I don't know. Boom can go. Boom can go, because the fact that Markeisha couldn't scrounge up $60 to go to the motel is troubling to me. Like, I don't understand. I don't understand what's going on in that household, and I guess it's not meant for me to understand. Because what are we doing here, girl? What are we doing? So she initially wanted Meech to take her to his house, right? But he was like, no, we're going to go ahead to the hotel, right? And so she asked him, like, hey, are you with somebody? Because why we can't go to your house? And so he tells her, like, yeah, my baby mom's is with me, you know, living there, but we ain't really together like that. But I'm taking care of my kid. Like, that's, you know, typical baby father, you know, spew that he's giving her, right? And technically, he's not feeling LaWanda anymore. So he's, you know, kind of telling some half truths, because he's trying to break it up with LaWanda, okay? And of course, Markeisha thinks she, you know, I don't know. It's just the way they're painting her character. I don't know. It's giving suspect, right? But they decide to get it on, right? They get it on and pop it. I mean, Terry got his face all up in the place. And who's over there peeping? Detective Jen and Detective Bryant. Okay, they're over there getting a whole little show. And you could tell they was kind of getting little feelings over there in their pants and whatnot. I said, "Oh Lord, I do not want to see Detective Bryant and Jen. I don't want none of that in my life." Okay, but they was over there insinuating things, so they're putting feelers out on each other when it comes to that, right? So Lucille, she decides to go to dinner with Charles, okay? Because Charles got a little change in his pocket. He said, you know what, we're gonna go to the chop shop and we're gonna have a nice little fun situation, right? So it's all romantic and whatnot. So Lucille comes clean, right? She says, Charles, I questioned Sister Riley about y'all having an affair, because I see how y'all was over there, just having a good old time singing and dancing and whatnot. Okay. And of course, Charles is over there like, oh, girl, you barking up the wrong tree, but you in the right forest, okay? So he replies and says, I'm not cheating on you with Sister Riley. I'm dedicated to you. I said, oh, we choose our words really carefully, Charles. You're a little trifling behind, okay? But Lucille, she claims, she has a nice, faithful husband, okay? Oh, Jesus Christ. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. This was giving me everything I needed. Like, I haven't watched Young and the Restless, All My Children, all those soaps in a while, but this definitely was giving me it was giving me some good telenovela. Like, it was giving me some good entertainment. All right. I feel like the Charles and Lucille storyline definitely really carried season 2, if you ask me. What's up, 313 Better Made? Good morning. How are you doing? DeMarcus, you said Terry was not feeling LaWanda because of Desiree and Lucille. Who's Desiree? DeMarcus. Remind me who the heck that is. All right. So back at the drug business, right? Dink pressed the brothers about, some bad work he got from Hoop. And my man wants a refund. Okay. I'm like, Dink, this is not Walmart. This ain't CVS. You don't get receipts and then have the option to return. Okay. Like, and I don't really know how they handle that in the streets for real, but I don't think they really give out returns on bricks or, an equal exchange, or I don't know what the policies are when it comes to the drug business, but it ain't that Dink. Like, I know you young and you ain't been in the game that long, but I'm pretty sure you cannot use this transaction as if you was at the real store for real. Okay. Like, what we doing? So we go over there to K9 situation, right? K9, he tells his cousin Raisin, and he's like, Raisin is pretty much K9's number 2 at this point. So K9 is beefing with Cena. And so K9 tells Raisin he not paying. He ain't paying for nothing, y'all. So Raisin tells Meech that K9 owes the Colombians. He owes the Colombians 20 million of them dollars, okay? And I believe it's USD. They didn't confirm, but I believe it's USD. And I said, K9, what are we doing? Like, is this good business practices? I don't know what's going on. That's what I said. We need an HR department when it comes to the drug organization, because something is real fugazi up in here. Like, this makes no sense for you to be in a hole for $20 million. Like, what? And are we rounding up or down? Like, what we do? This is a lot of money. So Meech is over there, with K9 and them, because it's the rich man, poor man's party. Actually, I think this is a different party. But long story short, Meech wants to re-up, and K9 says it's not ready. So K9, do you not have no work and you in debt? Like, what we doing here? Oh, Jesus Christ. So Charles, he's feeling all horrible about himself, right? So he goes over there to Mabel's house to break up with her. Okay, we're seeing the breakup of a affair. Okay, but Charles is weak. He is weak in the pants and the knees, because all Mabel had to do was untie that robe and squeeze on Charles's member. And next thing we see, Charles is over there giving the best 15 pumps of his life on Mabel's couch. Okay. I'm like, oh my God. Like, Mabel, you so trifling. Like, I'm holding both of y'all accountable. Like, please be clear. Both of y'all need to be accountable. Lucille over there trying to mind her business and over there taking those good orders at Wendy's, and y'all over here playing around. Anywho, Meech has a conversation with T, right? And he wants to pretty much get at the Colombian plug, okay, Cena. And T is like, nah, this don't feel right. We can't be over here, doing things behind K9's back. Like, that ain't cute. We're not doing that over here, bro. Like, that ain't what we need to do. And so Meech, he's definitely dead set on doing this, okay? And I'm like, all right, Meech, are you sure about this? And me and T is looking at him like, bro, this don't feel right, okay? Meanwhile, the PA boys, they failed to get Lamar. And this was the most ridiculous situation. Like, I'm so aggravated. Like, Lamar body count is something serious, okay? So Lamar, at this point, he's untouchable, right? So, y'all, we see, oh, Lord, B. Mickey. He over there trying to set Meech up. Jesus, Lord, no. They've been friends since the 2nd grade, okay? So I'm giving about 10 years, okay? They've been friends for about 10 years, and I'm aggravated, okay? So we in a record shop. Of course, the detective's over there in the car listening on everything. And immediately Meech was like, why you wearing a hat? You don't never wear hats. And of course, B. Mick was like, what you talking about? I don't always wear hats. I'm like, oh my God, this is ridiculous. So Meech bought burial plots for B. Mickey and his moms and everybody, right? So of course, B. Mickey's like, this is the sweetest thing somebody's ever done for me. Therefore, I have some confessions, okay? He was definitely like in his, usher bag, okay? Because I'm like, oh Lord, how is this gonna work out? How is this gonna work out? Because he's in his feelings. So he decides to snitch on himself, y'all. And so he pretty much takes off the hat with the wire. And so Meech is over there like, are you serious? Like, in his head, because we still being recorded. So we got to act like things are going and running as usual. So Meech over there, making small talk. Meanwhile, he make a break for it. Take the bricks from B. Mickey. Okay, mind you, these bricks are borrowed from the evidence locker over there at the precinct. B. Mickey, makes a run for it as well. So they meet up outside. And he pretty much tell Meech like, man, I'm sorry, I had no choice. And Meech was like, you always got a choice. And so they part ways, okay? And then we see B Mickey, he goes and see his mom's, tell her that he got to go for a while. And then we see B Mickey get kidnapped, okay? And of course, that was a cliffhanger for, episode 6, because we was over here just trying to figure out who it was. Was it Meech? Was it Detective Bryant? Now, I think at that time I was thinking it was Detective Bryant, okay? But yeah, it was a little stressful because we're like, who the hell pinned up B Mickey? Okay, that wasn't even cute. All right. What's up, Moochie? I'm sorry if I didn't say what's up earlier. DeMarcus said, I can't believe the writers made B Mickey snitch. I mean, there typically is going to be one snitch in the storyline. Okay, it's typically going to happen that way. But that was episode 6, y'all. Please make sure y'all liking this video. And we're going to slide on over to episode 7, okay? We over here at Saki's funeral because we got to pay our, respects, okay? And the brothers, they're over there discussing the whole B Mickey situation. We discussing the whole Kanan and Cena situation. Like, T lets Meech know off rip. B Mickey got to go, and I'm not feeling you taking K9's connect, which is Cena, all right? But of course, Meech, he don't listen to T for the most part. So he's like, I don't care what you saying, bruh. I'm going to do what I need to do. I'm going to handle B Mickey because, this is a show, right? And they're making it very clear that BMF is not down for the deletions of the people, okay? Even though they're probably in real life, there's been some situations, but in this show, they're making it real clear that we don't like to go ahead and delete people, all right? So, Detective Bryant, he actually was the one that snatched B Mickey up, but he realized B Mickey don't have the bricks. Okay, so of course, we do the math. Meech has the bricks. So he was like, you know what? We're going to go over and pay Meech a visit because we know he's over there, at Saki's repast, all right? So he goes over there. He was like, you got something in mind? And of course, Meech was like, I don't know what you're talking about. It was giving real Zeke, like, I don't know nothing. Okay, I don't know nothing. I was like, yeah, Meech, don't tell him nothing. Okay, that's Brian's fault. You over there borrowing 2 whole bricks. Like, what are we doing here, sir? So at the Flittery household, Charles is over here in his bedroom sulking and sad and whatnot because T decides to pull the plug on the, transportation business. Okay. And so I'm like, all right, Charles, well, you got to figure out something else to do. So he had his feelings, right? So Lucille, she was like, well, I'm going to be out late tonight. Pastor wants me to start this new women's group. Okay. So Charles was like, oh, you going to be out tonight? Yeah, I think I'm going to take me an extra shift. I said, oh, Charles, I see the lies on your face. I'm like, Lucille, y'all been together for 20-something years. You can't tell with this man lying. I don't know. Maybe because he just started lying and having an affair after 20 years, she's not really peeping it. And maybe just the fact that she's so broke and she probably eat because she's hungry, that her, the brain cells ain't coagulating like it should. So I'm going to just chalk it up to being hungry, okay, on Lucille's part. Because Charles is over there. He's shifty, but he's low-key a liar. Like, some people just, started doing something they normally don't do. I don't know. Charles, you're trash, okay? So Detective Bryant is over there have to figure out how to get these new bricks back in evidence because Meech got him and he's not giving it up. So he has an idea to pretty much use synthetic coat to replace the real coat. And of course, Jen, she has to be on board at this point because her job is mixed up in it too, but she ain't happy about it, okay? She low-key wants to go to HR. But she's like, I'm gonna rock with you for a minute, Bryant, until this is over because this ain't cool. All right. So she goes to visit Monique, right? And of course, they're talking about Lamar, but she's over there doing her cousin's hair. Her cousin's name is Katina, and she goes to Boris Brown, but she hella smart because she's 16 years old, okay? And she tells me, Che, if you ever in Atlanta, holla at a sister, okay? But yeah, we're gonna see, Katina a little later, right? Meanwhile, Lawanda has been like stealing Meech's stuff. Like she got his belt. And I'm like, Lawanda, are we going to the pawn shop? Like, what's going on? But no, Lawanda done took Meech's stuff to this little hoodoo slash psychic lady, Miss Joanne, right? And she's trying to figure out, what T is up to. Like, is he cheating? Is he still want to be with me or whatever? Like, what's going on, Miss Joanne? I need to know. Long story short, Lawanda found out she is preggo again. Okay. Oh, Jesus, it's too much. It's too much. So, of course, Lawanda got a party in her stomach. Meanwhile, Meech goes to the rich man, poor man party with T. Okay. And I think this is like a real thing. I don't know. I would need, maybe 313 better made. Maybe, boo boo. If this is a real thing in Detroit. But I think I may have heard Brillo in Detroit confirm that this is a real thing. But don't quote me, okay? But it's pretty much a party where, the dope boys or whatever, they pretty much, donate money to the less fortunate, okay? It's giving drug dealer community service to me, right? So Meech, he has a conversation with Raisin, okay, K9's cousin / number 2. And he was like, all right, Raisin, I need you to, do a little connection for me when it comes to Cena. Raisin was like, this is risky because my cousin is crazy. But for my troubles, I want 10%. Okay. And that's my little finder's fee, whatever. And so they agree to pretty much link up the situation, right? Meanwhile, K9's over there shooting his mama in the face. So, the writers, they're trying to illustrate how quote unquote crazy K9 is, because for Meech to want to quote unquote backdoor K9 for his connect, and for this very same man to shoot his mama, this shows that K9 is supposed to be crazy and deranged, right? Okay. All right. But it looks like at the end of the day, I'm going to just say it now, it does look like the writers came through with this fear factor. And this is kind of a trend that we're seeing. I can't say the Power universe, but I guess the 50 Cent universe. Y'all beef up these characters with these oohs and ahs, but at the end of the day, nothing really happens, okay? Thank you, Moochie. She said rich man, poor man is a real thing. Brillo did confirm this. Okay, I couldn't, it was over a year ago, so I didn't want to misspeak, but thank you for confirming. So, Lord Jesus. Monique, she tells Lamar that Zoe really is his daughter, right? So Lamar's all happy. So you can tell Monique is trying to pretty much bait Lamar in, but it's a very dangerous situation, okay? Lamar, you can tell he's kind of taking the bait. He was like, give me a little kiss or something. She was like, we gonna take it slow. We gonna take it slow. Meanwhile, Lawanda tells Terry that she's expecting baby number 2, okay? And of course, he's not happy because now he's over there trying to, live his best life with Markeisha. So he goes to see Markeisha at this little club or what have you. And he tells her, like, hey, I got this little parlay situation going on with the Colombians, right? And if it work out, I'll be able to take care of you, because Markeisha's whole thing is to be financially stable. You over here requesting financial stability with T, but you over here working the whole full-time job and don't have nothing to really show for it with Boom, your baby daddy, and he just kick you out at any time at his will. Like, oh my God, Markeisha, what are we doing here? Because you're not making any sense with your decision making, hun. But okay. And Markeisha, she's like, okay, whatever. But he does give her full transparency. He was like, hey, Lawanda just found out she's pregnant. And, this is before me and you got together. So I do appreciate, T disclosing all this information. But yeah, this is a cute little love triangle, if you guess. Okay. Oh my gosh. So let's see here, because Mabel decides to take Charles to the strip club, right? while Lucille was over there at LaWanda at her house with LaWanda and her mom talking about this new baby. So we see Mabel is pretty much turning Charles out at this point. And Charles is having a good old time with the tickle bitties in his face. But not 45 seconds after the cheeks was gyrating in his face, who did he see? His lovely son, right? And this was so funny to me, y'all. I'm not going to even lie. Because I'm like, all right, Charles, now time to eat. Are you hungry, Charles? Time to eat some of that humble pie. Okay? Because at the end of the day, we wanted the same. Okay? So stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. So yes, Charles got caught. Okay? What a little coinky dink that your son is over there watching you at the script club with one lady and then having another lady all gyrating in your face. So, oh, Jesus. Sorry, this was too funny to me. This was too funny. So later on, Charles decides to visit Meech at his record shop, right? And of course, she's trying to fish around, trying to figure out if Meech is going to snitch or not. And Meech is like, no, I'm not going to snitch. We the same. But Charles is still over there being self-righteous, okay? And saying, hey, son, we are not the same, okay? But Meech was like, all right, whatever. I mean, I commend you because I don't think I could ever be with one woman. So, Pops, you better than me. But I'm not even going to lie, y'all. I was kind of torn. Because if I was in that situation like Meech, I don't know, maybe because I'm a woman and I can empathize a little more. But I'm like, Mama, I saw Daddy over there. Like I was definitely going to give a D for what's happening. Okay, I'm gonna tell Mama. I definitely would have been on that, but at the same time, I can see where Meech coming from. Okay, but not saying I agree with it, but yes. What's up, Stephen Harris? How are you doing? So the brothers, they go over there to St. Martin, right? To talk to Cena. Okay. And they trying to get the deal going. All right. Cena, he's a little wary because one, T and Meech, they kind of debated whether they should bring blickies, okay, on this trip. Meech is like, no, we don't need to bring no weapons because we need to show up with respect. Not like we trying to over here trying to do things and be violent. But T, he disregards Meech. And so they find blickies, of course, Cena's crew. And of course, they're a little weary and suspicious of them because they're like, okay, we're trying to do business. Why are you over here bringing blickies? Like, what's the problem? But I understood T's point of view, right? So, long story short, T and Meech, they sell themselves, right? And Cena was like, okay, we can have you replace K9. Meech was like, no, we're not trying to replace K9. We have our own situation going, okay? So how about me and T, we clean and wipe off K9's debt, keep him alive, and then we get 100 kilos from you. Cena was like, all right, bet. Nah, we gonna give you 300 kilos, and it's already over there ready for you at the dock, okay? It's over there at the port. And you just need to go ahead and get it. I'm like, 300 kilos? Are y'all sure? That's a lot, y'all. That is a lot. But now we in the big leagues. We are in the big leagues now. Stop playing with us, okay? So Meech and T, they go over there, pick up the bricks in the storage container, right? And next thing we see, Raisin was over there about to pop them. But thank God Sterling was on, he was on point. So Sterling pops Raisin before Raisin was about to pop Meech and T, okay? So I'm like, oh, thank God. But Raisin is a snake, okay? I mean, we should have saw. If he was really just willing to snake low-key his own cousin, we couldn't trust him. But now T is frustrated because he's like, dang, we got to worry about K9 for real now because we popped this cousin and we got this Cena deal. Like, what's going on? But Meech, he was like, don't worry about it, bro. We're good. I'm going to handle it because, T, his sense of urgency is a little different than Meech. Meech is a little more calm, cool, and collected. All right. What's up, KIM? How are you? Speaking of Terry, Detective Bryant obtained the photos, okay, of T and Markeisha. And his trifling behind went over there to LaWanda's house and show LaWanda's the pictures with T all in the face in the place with Markeisha. I'm like, I cannot. It was a lot. Okay, it was a lot. I feel like LaWanda held it down for the most part because I don't know how I would react if my baby father is over there pleasuring another woman. But if y'all can recall, season 1, T was telling her, "Oh no, I don't do that. I don't eat that. No, ma'am." So yeah, I would definitely feel away. And I'm pregnant again. Oh, this is a Mary J. Blige song waiting to happen. Okay. But Detective Bryant said, "Hey, you got to tell me what's going on with Meech T and their business. You got 48 of them hours. Or I'm gonna charge you as an accomplice." Oh, Jesus Christ. Anywho, Lamar's crazy behind is dealing with the death of Blackie. When he decides to go over there to Pastor Swift's church to get Pastor Swift to revitalize dead Blackie. Make it make sense, Lord. Make it make sense. This was kind of a goofy, funny scene at the end of the day. But Pastor Swift's like, not here, not today, not in my church, because I'm packing heat too. Don't play over here. This is the east side over here. So stop playing with us, Lamar. So Lamar, he goes out his very way and leaves Blackie there. I'm like, oh no, this is the interruption of our church service. This is not cute. If I was there, I'm like, I'm not about to have the rest of this church service with this dang dog over here. Like, that ain't cute. But I'm sure the deacons, they moved Blackie somewhere in the yard, okay? So B. Mickey, he escapes the trunk that Howard put him in. Meanwhile, Meech and T, they meet with K9, right? Because we got to face the situation with K9 head on. And so Meech, he tells K9, like, yo, you can't be mad because you dissolved your partnership with Cena and we spared your life. So Loki, you owe us a favor. And so K9 was like, you know what? I respected you, right? Your mentorship is over. You are boss now. Now, you guys, if you ask me, I did not see this ending coming because I'm like, what? So K9, you just gonna lay down like that? Like, you just gonna just deal with it? Like, that's the thing that I was frustrated about with this season. They show K9 being ruthless. He was over there doing his above the rim and done murk the other coach. He shot his mama in the face. Like, when you see somebody do these things and then have their mentee pretty much, undercut them in terms of a business, if you look at it that way. I don't know. It just seems like the rational mindset of K9 would not have this particular behavior in this said situation. But hey, I'm no writer, but it didn't sit well with me, okay? What's up, Derry? How are you doing? So Markeisha, she calls T because she done smashed a bottle over Boom's head, okay? And so T picks her up, and Markeisha saying, this is pretty much normal stuff. He's probably going to buy me a cute little fur in the morning, and it's going to be all good. So T is like, girl, like, what are we doing here? You confusing the hell out of me. And she was like, you know what? Don't worry about it. You're not going to understand. You just a kid. It's complex. So please drive me home so I can change my clothes to go see Boom in the hospital. I'm like, T, it's so many red flags with this situation, but I guess you got just one eye at this point, so it's hard for you to see it. I'm just going to say that, okay? Because eyes tired at this point. And then B. Mickey, of course, he been in the trunk for a few days. And he goes to see his mom's, and she passed away, child. It is a lot. It's a lot. I'm not laughing at her, being deceased or what have you. But it's a lot. It's a lot. So if you want to say poor B. Mickey, I guess at this time, this is the time we would say poor B. Mickey, okay? He didn't even take no shower or nothing. Oh my God, he looked like he's straight right about now. DeMarcus, you said it was against Terry's religion to go downtown on LaWanda, but Markeisha, not on Markeisha the Skeezer. I'm just saying, back in the day, if that was frowned upon, like honestly, for my generation, for my experience, it seems like Lil Wayne and rappers like that, they kind of made it cool to do that. Because even me, just when I was in high school or junior high, boys would be like, ew, ew, never, never, never. But once Lil Wayne and certain other rappers started talking about it, then I guess, the masses deemed that it was okay and cool to, explore the nether regions of women's, okay? But please make sure y'all like this video, and then we're gonna hop over to episode 8, y'all, because we big pimping and we spending cheese over here. Okay, we got 300 keys from Cena. Okay, so of course we taking a page off of Ty's book, because in Atlanta we saw Ty was hiding in plain sight, right? He had a whole mansion, but it was low key a stash / cookhouse. You know what I'm saying? So they decided to do the same thing in Detroit, right? And then of course, Meech, he decides to get a car wash. So that's going to be our little front, and that's where we're going to load the drugs in the vehicle, right? Meanwhile, we get the news that K9 got arrested in LA. Okay. And so Meech was like, okay, well, it's time for us to expand because we got 300 of these bricks. So we need to move those ASAP to the Pronto. What's up, HEA? So Meech was like, okay, we got to have a conversation with Stone, because he's kind of one of the mid-level dudes over there in Ohio, right? So Meech, he meet with Stone, and he was like, all right, Stone, I need you to be on board with this situation, and I need you to introduce me to Bleak, which is another dealer in Ohio, okay? And this is Poop from The Wire, okay? But Poop from The Wire was like, bruh, I mean, you sound good being a city slicker, what have you, but I'm good. I don't want none of your business. I'm doing fine where I am. And Meech was like, okay, you gonna learn today, right? Meanwhile, the detectives is over there having a meeting with their superior. And we find out that K9 is being charged with distribution of 50 kilos. Okay, so he being transferred from LA to Detroit. And Detective Brian is saying, like, yo, with K9 being arrested, this is going to create a power vacuum. It's going to probably be a lot of bloodshed because everybody's going to be vying for the top spot. So we got to be careful how we handle this situation, right? But of course, his superior is not really listening to him too well. But it's good to see that Detective Bryant is understanding the situation at hand. And we kind of talked about power vacuums and power as well. So, it's kind of a common thread that we deal with, right? And then we also get acquainted with Special Agent Chambers, who was played by Leslie Jones, right? And she don't really want nothing to do with the local dudes, okay? Because she's like, hey, I'm over here trying to handle business with K9. I'm going to need y'all to stay out the way because y'all had all this intel, but y'all didn't arrest them. So we are not going to be effing with you like that. It's giving, Raising Kanan a little bit with Howard and what he was going through, okay? So, hey, Daria, if I didn't say hey earlier, boo. So T, he confirms with Markeisha, like, yo, I'm the supplier now, I'm not the buyer. Okay, so we gonna move on up to the east side, okay, to the deluxe apartment in the sky, baby girl. So she is, of course, her little panties got wet because that's all she care about is quote unquote financial security. Okay, so Bleak, he realized, like, okay, Meech is gonna be here to stay. And I gotta pretty much lay down, okay? They say get down and lay down, so I'm gonna lay down. So Meech looks like he conquered Ohio, and he's gonna be the main distributor over there in Ohio, right? Meanwhile, we have T's school of driving, okay? So we have two drivers, Khaled, which is, he's a veteran or whatever, because we was kind of skeptical of what Khaled was asking Hoop for. So now we know Khaled is just over here and trying to make a little extra money, okay, for those hungry man dinners. All right, and so Auntie Rose, who's auntie of Saki, R.I.P. Saki, she's over there being a little, new employee as well. So we have orientation, and T's telling them what to do, what not to do in terms of transport and, the drugs in the car, okay? Make sure you don't have no trails. Make sure you pay in cash. When you go in the gas stations, make sure you don't have that much drip on because they will call the popo on you, okay? So just make sure you're doing your due diligence so we don't get caught. So it's kind of cute seeing how T, is really, thinking about all the steps to ensure what not to do, because we already saw what happened to Denise last season or earlier this season. So we have to make sure we learn from our mistakes, okay? Y'all. Now this next situation. Oh, Jesus. Mabel. Okay. She went to return a little skillet she borrowed from from Lucille, right? But Charles answered the door. So Mabel, she over there sashaying over there in the kitchen, being hella disrespectful over there, just really doing a lot with Charles, right? And Charles was like, girl, not here. We'll be doing, Lucille up there in the shower. We got to be careful. But, Mabel, she like to live on the wild side, right? And so Charles was like, all right, boo, we got to just chill out. But let's go over there to the hotel and, have a little intermission. And I'm going to see you later on tonight. Then, of course, Lucille, she come out the shower. I'm like, hey, girl, how you doing? All right. Just trifling, y'all. Just trifling. Oh my God, I cannot deal. So Charles and Mabel, they over there at the Easy Rest Motel, and they got the vibrating bed and everything. Everything's working, but Charles peeing, like he can't get it up. You know what I'm saying? So Mabel ain't happy because she was like, okay, if I'm gonna be your side chick, I'm gonna need you to do that one thing. You have one job, Charles. You got one job. So what we doing here? So Mabel, she decides to break up with Charles. I cannot, y'all. This was juicy to me. I mean, I hope I don't seem too toxic by really enjoying this storyline. But it was hella entertaining, okay? So Charles over there upset because his side chick done broke up with him. Oh, Jesus. All right, so Marquisha and T, they meet up for a little date or what have you. And long story short, she asked T to cut that rat tail off his head, okay? So it's low-key symbolic because she's like, I need to cut this umbilical cord, that you got because you too connected to your brother. And I need to make sure you connected to me so I can control and manipulate you, okay? That's pretty much how I saw that situation, right? So, y'all, Calix, he over there, he got pulled over by the detectives, right? And the fact that he's a veteran pretty much really saved him, okay? Because they really didn't have any cause, to search the vehicle or what have you. And the fact that Calix and Jen, they kind of had some rapport, that kind of helped as well. So the detectives, they were pretty much frustrated because they're taking L's. They're taking all the L's, right? So the detective, Jen was like, that situation we had when we was watching T and Marquisha, do the hokey pokey. Yeah. Let's take each other up on that offer. So they go and have relations, y'all. And this probably was one of the top scenes of my entire life that I request to be deleted from my brain. Like, I did not need to see Detective Bryant and Detective Jen go at it like that. Like, I didn't need that. I didn't order that. Please take it back to the kitchen. Like, I did not put that on my plate, dear Lord. What are we doing here? Oh, God. But I guess, stress will lead you to make horrible decisions, child. I don't know. So, we have this whole skate party, right? That Meech threw. So, of course, Meech find out that his T's rat tail is now gone. And, of course, he knew it was Marquisha's behind it. Because this whole time, Meech is not feeling Marquisha at all right? And so, it's time to leave. Because Charles showed up at the 9th hour, okay? After he done had... I don't know, Charles, did you take a shower before you came to the skate party? I don't know, I have questions. Anywho, Lucille found the receipt for the Easy Rest Motel. And of course, she asked Charles about it. And of course, there's nothing to really Charles to say because at this point, you're caught, my guy. You were caught. Lucille's like, we over here struggling. and you got extra funds to be over there at the Easy Rest Motel. Charles, I don't even think you was even using protection. Like, you real reckless out here in these streets, Charles. You are real reckless. Like, this is a problem. This is a real problem. Oh, Jesus. And then, right before that, like father, like son, being real messy, T has Marquisha over there at the skate party, and Lawanda's over there was about to give Marquisha the business. Like, she wanted to really get Detroit on her, but she calmed him down. He was like, nah, I got you, Lawanda. We good. You know, T, he don't be wrapped too tight. I got you. I got the kids. We good. We family. You A1 since day one. So Lawanda, she remembers that. So she goes over there to the detective. She was like, you know what? Stay the F away from my family, because I would not be ratting out T. And y'all ain't got nothing on me. So leave me the hell alone. I was like, all right, Lawanda, keeping it 10 toes down. I'm not even mad at that. And then I also had to remember, okay, I got to let you guys know that Lamar, he jacked Auntie. Okay, he got bricks off of Meech and T. Okay, he's still causing issues for the brothers. Oh, Lord. And then Meech gets a call. He was over there getting his nice little skate life going, all right? And then he get a call. So B. Mickey was over there trying to murk Detective Brian, right? Meech is like, bro, you need to calm down. So he's like, what does he have on you? So B. Mickey told Meech, like, hey, he has the gun. You told me to throw this gun away, Meech, my bad, but now I'm in this situation, okay? So Meech was like, okay, boom. You're not listed as a formal CI. Like, you never went down and signed no paperwork, right? So B. Mickey was like, yeah, that's right. Okay, he was like, all right, well, Detective Bryant, he probably got that gun in his house. So you need to go in that house, obtain that gun, so we could be on our merry way. But of course, little Kevin's in the house, messes up the situation, causing B. Mickey to put a little hood or whatever on Kevin's head, lock him in the closet. And by the time B. Mickey saw the little safe, Detective Bryant came home. So we pretty much just failed this damn mission, okay? So now we got to figure out what to do. And I'm aggravated, okay? Oh, boy, y'all. It's a lot. It's a whole lot. DeMarcus, you said Jen and Bryant sexy was better than Charles and Lucille sexy. I don't know. I beg to differ. Charles, so how is Suburbia Jones? How are you doing? You said Charles should have said you're not giving me no loving, so I had to find it elsewhere. He could have said that, but I'm sure Lucille would have knocked him over the damn head. I bet you that. Okay, there is no excuse. There is no excuse. I'm sorry. Now I do, feel that relations do come with the deal when it comes to marriage, but at the same time, Charles, it's only been 3 weeks. I mean, I'm just saying. But that's a question, right? How long are you supposed to wait? But I feel like Charles, he should have had more conversations. They needed to talk. Because you coming outside the household with my friend and our neighbor, like, that's beyond trifling. Okay, Charles, there's lotion. Okay, get the magazines you've been hiding and get some lotion and go to work. Okay, until you get your bread up. Okay, because at the end of the day, that's why Lucille was upset. But Lucille, you've been broke for 20 something years, so I don't know. I guess she was tired of being broke. That's what I'm just saying. She was tired of being broke. Okay. But yeah, y'all, that was pretty much episode 9. Please make sure you like this video. I'm sorry, episode 8. We're gonna get into episode 9. And Meech and Terry, they're having their little, weekly company meeting and what have you. So we're recapping on what happened the past 3 days, right? So they're discussing the B. Mickey situation, and Terry was like, he got to go. Your little second grade friend got to go, okay? Because you already know B. Mickey and Terry, they always low-key been fighting for Meech's attention, more so Terry. Okay, because he's a little younger, all right? So he feels like, for a lot of the ways, B. Mickey kind of replaced them in a sense, right? He got that little jealousy thing going on. But now we got to stand on business, okay? We got to get B. Mickey gone. He's officially a snitch, okay? So we got to take care of him. So Terry was like, yo, Meech, when we go to Atlanta, we need to make sure B Mickey does not come back to Detroit with us. All right. But Meech, he's like, no, we don't off people. We don't off family members, okay? Because we gotta drive this point home, for the real life people, okay? We don't need the feds coming and knocking on our door with some cold cases, okay? Because these people are real, okay? And I'm referring to the real Meech and Terry. But y'all, we have fun because we going to ATL during Freaknik, y'all. I was so jealous. I used to always want to go to Freaknik. I used to be upset because I used to watch all these, I don't know, when I was growing up, 80s, 90s, really 90s at this point, you have all these videos like Ghost Town DJs. You had it just looked like Atlanta and LA were just hella fun. Like you watch all the Snoop videos with the low riders, it's always a cookout. We always at the pool. Like it always looked like a good time. And I was like, damn, if I was 4 to 5 years older, I'll be able to partake of some of that fun. I was feeling the way, y'all. PG was too young to go to Freaknik. Anywho, we in the crew, we got some nice little cars. We go to Freaknik. B Mickey is with us. We got, Shane, the PA boys is with us. Shane and Sterling, right? So Shane, he gets a little handsy with Irene at the little Freaknik, okay? And Irene happens to be Remy Ransom's, woman. So of course there's an altercation. And Meech was like, bro, you out of BMF. We can't have this, okay? You're a little too handsy. So Sterling was like, okay, Meech, you my man and all, but this my man. Like, what are you doing? But Meech explains to Sterling, like, hey, if Shane gets caught up in some, actual assault situation, the first thing he gonna do is snitch on our drug organization. We can't have that, okay? So we got to let Shane go. So PA was like, all right, you right. Okay, sorry, Shane, you got to go. So Shane is no longer in BMF, all right? So Kevin is over there thinking Marcus was the one who broke into his house, not B Mickey. Like Kevin is going through some weird, I don't know, PTSD. Like, I don't know. Like Kevin is giving me like, I don't know, is he what, 12, 13, 14? Like, I don't know. And I don't, not to be funny, right? It doesn't seem like Kevin have any like mental disabilities or any struggles in that area. But I don't know, like Kevin, the math ain't math, and you really thought it was Marcus, your bully, in your house. Like, this boy is traumatized. This boy is traumatized. Jesus Lord, what are we doing here? He really think his bully had that much power to be up in his house and lock him up. Don't get me wrong, PG has been bullied before, but not to this not to this length. Like, what we doing here? Like, for me, I knew the bullying stayed at school. And I was younger, like it was elementary school when I was being bullied. But Kevin, I would think you know better than this. Like, no. RC, you said Kevin reminds me of Leon from Force in some ways. Yeah, definitely. Remind me of that too. So poor little Kevin. Meanwhile, Lamar upset because Meech done blackballed him from the streets. Nobody wants to buy the bricks that Lamar stole from Meech. Like, how you upset, Lamar? How you upset? Alvin is over here watching his good 13-inch TV on his day off, and you over here bullying Alvin because he's over there, trying to enjoy his day off. So Lamar, he slides over there to Monique's house, right? And, he brings flowers and everything. And he's trying to woo her. Like, he done put $30,000 in the college fund for little Zoe. He got a little ring, a little promise ring. He bought flowers and cocaine. Okay, so we about to have a good time, y'all. He was like, yo, I'm promise you the best version of myself, okay? The best man I can be. Oh, I can be. Lamar is really trying to, he's coming on strong, y'all. And I think Monique, she seems like she want to fall for it for a little bit. And I'm a little nervous at this point, right? Because I don't know, y'all. We know they got a little love thing going on. And so I'm a little nervous, right? So back in Atlanta, Meech, Terry, and B Mickey, we gotta, meet up with Goldie. We gonna give her some bread, okay? A little kickback. And then Meech asked Goldie, like, hey, I need to clean my money through your clubs. And I need some stash houses. So Goldie was like, I don't know. Y'all cute or whatever, but I don't know y'all like that to be trusting y'all, okay? But hey, I got a little girl, that I was working with. She was a stripper, but now she a realtor. So she can kind of help y'all find a little establishment, okay? So I'm like, okay, Della Reese, we over here doing big things. We doing big. This is Della Reese evolved, okay? She got a sunshine, but the sunshine, she not, Lady Heroin no more. She a realtor. All right. So we slide on over there to Ty, right? Ty Washington, he our boy from the D, right? Ty living real good, okay? He over there at the Pit House, okay? And look better than Ghost Pit House. I'm not even gonna lie. All right. So they slide over some money to Ty, but they also asked Ty, like, hey, we thinking about, setting up shop. What do you think? Ty was like, see, y'all can't be over here stepping on my toes. Okay, so Meech explains, like, no, we're not going to really step on your toes like that. We're going to be around, what I'm saying, the perimeter. We're not going to really mess with your money. And, on top of that, we need a little favor, okay? We need a hitman because we got a problem that we need to have solved, i.e., we need somebody to murk B Mickey, okay? And I also need you to hook up with some contacts to set up shop. I said, y'all asking Ty Washington for a whole damn lot, okay? Ty Washington's over there just trying to sell his drugs and have his nice woman with him, okay? And the woman is Deanna, who is played by Young Miami, y'all. And this was a travesty. If I ain't never seen it, good goddamn. This was the most horrible attempt at acting I've probably ever seen in my life. Shout out to Young Miami, Lord. Good Jesus. Good Google and Mooley, right? But, we wake up because we spend the night at Ty Washington house because, Deanna, she done cook, okay? And it was probably some good, southern pork chops, mashed potatoes, gravy. She probably threw down a little bit. So in the next morning, Ty Washington, he makes it very much known that he don't go out like that. He sells little drugs, but he likes to be with his family because family time was important. Not like James St. Patrick, because James is over there with Angela all damn day. Okay. So they convinced Ty to go out to Magic City to celebrate. But of course, Deanna was like, I don't know. I don't really like this idea. But of course, he don't really go out like that. So Deanna was like, all right, you can have your little fun. Okay. But make sure that's about it. She was like, Meech, you're a bad influence. I don't even know if I like you around my husband like that. Meanwhile, speaking of husbands, Lucille going a little datey date with Pastor Swift, okay? And Charles had nothing to do but just to sit there looking stupid at the door, right? But of course, Lucille ended up looking stupid because when she told Pastor Swift, like, she don't need to be covered, she just want to be counseled, aka I just want you to help me figure myself out while I keep my clothes on. And Pastor was like, all right, cool. Waiter, make sure you split this check into two, okay? Do some long division, because we not over here paying for a meal. Well, we not gonna get nothing in return. I said, well, goddamn, Pastor Swift. He said, you know what? I'm African American, but I'm gonna be Dutch today. I'm not playing around with you, Lucille. I thought you was gonna put out. Why are you playing around? Lucille was like, oh my God. Like, Pastor, Lucille just told you every man in her life has disappointed her. Charles over there cheating, her son's over there selling drugs. And Charles ain't just cheating, he's spending our good money on the Easy Rest Hotel. I'm over here standing long hours at Wendy's drive-thru, but you over here spending $40, $50 at the Easy Rest, Charles. Yeah, I would be pissed off in many levels, Lucille. Poor Lucille. Lucille, girl, you need a hug. Because this is some BS right here, okay? What's up, OT? You said Lucille missed out on a good time. Oh, Lord, I don't know. It could have been a good time. It could have been a good time. I don't know, y'all. Will we see Pastor Swift next season? I don't know. DeMarcus, you said Deanna should have a stripper job and close their mouth. Oh wow. Oh wow. Yeah, I do agree. She would have been. Yeah, they could have hired her as a stripper. Like that would have been more fitting, right? Oh Jesus Christ. So, Lord, Lamar, he goes over there back at Monique house. So, Monique, she's over there trying to woo, put all of, the ass and titties all in his face, they talk about the bag and everything, how is this very inconvenient. And it's messing up Lamar's sex life. And she was like, you know what to make you know what, rock hard? Some crack. I said, I cannot. Yo. I mean, if you want to go extreme with the male enhancement situation, I just don't think crack is it. Like that ain't. Sorry, that was hilarious. Like Monique, I'm gonna need you to work on your sales pitch, boo boo, because that was a lot. That was a lot. I don't think not no man is like, you know what? Forget Blue True, forget ginseng, forget honey. I'ma try this crack. Oh my God, y'all! This is Monique. You died at your own hands, baby girl. I'm sorry. I am sorry. We gotta hold you accountable because there is no way. There is no way. Oh Jesus Christ! So Lamar, he ain't feeling it. He was like, you know what? I'ma just deal with this erectile dysfunction just for a little while, girl. It ain't that deep. It is not that deep. But he like, you know what? Something don't feel right. Like my hood spidey senses feel like she trying to play me. So he was like, you know what? Where are my manners? Ladies first. You hit the pipe first. And of course she hit the pipe reluctantly. And I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God. So he asked him, like, oh, did Meech put you up to this? Oh yeah, I think Meech put you up to this. So of course they end up tussling. And Monique, she gave him a little run for his money. I'm not even gonna lie. But of course, Lamar, you would think he a crackhead because he got that crackhead strength. Sure do. So he pretty much strangled Monique to death. Which I'd rather see Monique dead than strung out. I did not need to see Meech out here with no fiend baby mama. Like that's the storyline I did not want to see. So if I had to choose between the two, yeah, I would have her, dead and gone, dead and gone. So Monique is no longer with us. And so, of course, Lamar calls Alvin because he could help him with the body. The phone rings while Alvin's there. Lamar thought it was a great idea to answer the phone, but I think he low-key thought it would have been Meech on the other line, right? But no, it was Zoe. And of course, Zoe went over there and confirmed with Meech low-key that, yeah, Lamar done killed my mama. Oh, Jesus Christ. It's a lot. The mark is very much so. Crack is whack, you guys. Do not get down on yourself if you have a little erectile situation, okay? There are other ways. Go to Google, figure it out what works for you. But crack is not it. Please and thank you. Oh my God. They need to have a little message at the end of that episode. Like, please do not try this at home. And first of all, Lamar, you really felt comfortable having sex with that little shit bag on your hip. Like, no, sir. We not doing that. Hell no. I'm sorry. No, thank you. Anywho, so OT said crack is retro. Good night. The Marcus in the ashes of Blackie gave Lamar some strength. I guess it was a lot. That was a lot, DeMarcus. Oh, Jesus Christ. So the detectives over there, they all, they having a good little rapport, okay? They making a regular situation of, mixing business with pleasure, okay? So Detective Jen, she learns about B. Mickey and his mom and what Detective Bryant's been doing, with that whole situation, right? And when she find out, she was like, all right, that's strike 2. Okay, don't let a strike 3 happen because I'm over there. I'm going to go to HR because you being foul over there, Bryant. Okay, what we doing? So Meech, he over there, we still in Atlanta. And so he connect with Dice at a little, Freaknik party, what have you. He was like, you know what, Dice, what you got going on? Dice was like, I'm over here just, making a couple things shake. I got people here from here to Texas. Okay. So that lets us know we really about to expand. We over here in Ohio, Detroit. Now we, making our footing in Atlanta. And then we got Texas and, the states in between. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, all right, we making moves over here, right? So he's like, you know what? Meet me at Magic City, okay? So we over here at Magic City with Ty, B Mickey. Everybody having a good time except for B Mickey, okay? B Mickey, he's a lost cause for me at this point, right? So B Mickey peeps T is kind of talking to this young fella that he never seen before, okay? So everybody have their little fun, especially Meech. He meets Cardelia, all right? And she dubs him Big Meech, okay? Because, Big Meech is over there, big for real, with a size 15 shoes. So she was like, no, you no longer Meech. You Big Meech now, all right? So Meech have his little fun. Everybody get the little, gyration of the booty and everything up in Magic City. Now it's time to go. So, B Mickey, he sees the same fella Meech was talking to. And so young fella decides to take a shot at B Mickey. And it looked like it was 5-10 yards away. I said, this is the worst assassination attempt I ever seen in my entire life. Like, this was a fail. And T, you need to get a refund because this is the worst. This is the worst hit I ever saw. Okay. And to make matters worse, Rennie is over here with his people and they're shooting at Meech. So it was a whole cluster F. And of course, who was the casualty? Ty Washington. Oh, Jesus Christ. What's up, Samira? So, of course, Meech has to go home. Well, go to Ty's home and explain to Deanna that Ty is no longer with us, okay? And then we proceed to see the worst acting in Starz history ever. Because we know they're in a pit house, right? So, of course, I'm sure Deanna had the buzz, Ty in. Well, she assuming it's Ty. So I'm gonna try to give my best Young Miami / Deanna interpretation imitation that I can think. Okay, so okay, picture it. Dark, 3 a.m, penthouse, Deanna walking to the door. Ty, you drunk? You forgot the elevator code. Meech, where's my husband? Meech, where's my husband? Sorry, I cannot continue. This is hilarious. So Meech explains to her that, Ty will no longer be with us. Here is his chain. And thank you very much, ma'am. I'm sorry. So she slaps Meech and she was like, you better get the guys. Okay. I want whoever did this to pay. Okay. So, of course, Meech feels horrible. And then somehow we end up on a rooftop, right? And Terry and B Mickey is talking. And B Mickey was like, oh, you and your brother, your punk behind brothers over there trying to murk me. This scene was kind of weird to me. I'm not even gonna lie, y'all. I swear, I love this BMF story, but I'm just saying, I need y'all to step it up. I need y'all to step up everything season 3 because I'm not playing with y'all. I'm not playing. And y'all gonna have to sign a petition for PG to cover this season if it's not giving. I'm sorry. I refuse to put hours of time and dedication on a show that dude does not want to try. And the fact that y'all ran through the casting and the accounting department to not only cast and pay Young Miami for this performance really does not do anything in terms of my faith of season 3. I swear for Lord, what we doing here? So anyway, on this rooftop, we get guns drawn. Meech refused to off-beat Mickey, okay? And he was like, you know what? We need to divert this energy to Detective Brian because he is really that's where all this beef stemmed from. But we need to get out him. I'm like, oh my God, just murk him, Meech. Oh my God, what we doing? Anywho, let's move on. Let's move on back to Detroit, y'all. Because Mabel decides, saying she done made her eggs or steak or whatever she did with that skillet. So she was like, okay, it's time to return the skillet. And this is symbolic because she already returned Charles low key, right? So, she returned the skillet. She was like, all right, girl, I'll see you later. Lucille was like, nah, girl, come back. I got problems. I need your ear. Okay, I need your ear and your shoulder. We need to talk about what I'm going through, girl, because Charles is over there having a whole affair. And so, Mabel's over there giving Zeke, girl, for real, girl, I don't know nothing. So she was like, girl, let me find me some tissue. So, of course, taking the stuff out her purse, we get some matches from the Easy Rest. And Lucille was like, what a coinky. I saw a receipt in Charles' coat pocket that said Easy Rest Motel. And then I see you over here with some matches from the Easy Rest Motel. You got a whole empty house across the street, Mabel. So this don't make sense. The math ain't mathing. So, of course, Lucille, she did that math. She put that 2 and 2 together. And so she proceeded to do the best holy read and threat that a church woman can do to a floozy / Jezebel, okay? And so Mabel was like, girl, I'm sorry. I never meant to hurt you. This is why I broke it off with Charles in the first place. I was like, you never should have got on with Charles in the first place. Mabel, you're not going to get no cool points talking about this why I broke up with your husband. What we doing here, Mabel? But Lucille was like, you dead to me, girl, and I need you to get your behind out of here before I kick your ass. I said, why didn't you kick her ass? Lucille, she deserved asking, but if you're not going to kick Charles' ass, then you should kick Mabel's ass because they are both the problem here, Lucille, okay? So Charles come downstairs. And she was like, really, Charles? So the little ounce of love I have left for you is gone now. So low-key, Lucille was probably a little relieved because she was like, I'm tired of being broke anyway. I'm just having Meech and Terry take care of me so I could be over here just living my best life because I'm tired. I'm tired of clocking in that Wendy's every day. I'm tired. It's 4 for 4. I'm tired, okay? Lucille says she is done. And even Nikki was like, Daddy, just go. You just ain't doing nothing. You have me over there in these tight ass bras. I'm tired. I'm stressed out. So you could go, Daddy. You ain't doing nothing, okay? I'm gonna call Meech and tell him bring me a knot, and we'll be fine. We'll be fine, okay? I'm like, Dad, that's bad when your daughter lose respect for you, okay? Horrible. What's up, booby? Thank you for coming through. RC said, I've seen plenty of church women lose it for a minute. It happens. It definitely does. The market said Mabel was a skeezer. Yeah, she was definitely trifling. Okay, no friend to anybody, right? And meanwhile, Detective GQ, he went over there and he found a fingerprint that matched Boom. Okay, it was a rapper at the stash house that he met. Like, I ain't gonna lie, Detective GQ, I wonder if we're going to see him in season 3 because, they've been kind of beef him up a little bit. So I wonder if we're going to see him come to the forefront. But so part of me feel like he dirty. Like, I don't want to say I feel like all these cops be dirty, but I don't know. Just GQ, I got my eye on you. So we're going to see. But we'll talk about that on Wednesday when I discuss the, season 3 and what I feel may or may not happen. Okay. But y'all, that was pretty much episode 9. Okay, so let's get into the finale, season 10. But before we do, please make sure you guys are liking this video. Okay, I done put in the Lord's work. So please show your appreciation by using your thumb, index finger, middle finger. I don't care what finger you use. Please like this video. Because this rewatch was interesting, you guys. I'm not even going to hold you. Oh, God. OT, you said Lucille smelled like fresh fries. I'm sorry. Why are you acting up this morning? smell like French fries. Charles smell like motor oil. So hey, it fits. It fits. Okay. SJ Smith, what's up? He said Black Diamond got that ass whooping like Mabel should have got it. Woo, Lord, you took it back, SJ. Oh my God. Put a hurting on her, didn't he? What's up, Detroit Kid? You said you heard it was a guest preacher. Child, I may need some help because OT acting up, y'all. Oh God. Now maybe Lucy, I ain't gonna lie, Wendy's fries used to hit back in the day. I don't know what it hit. I don't know how it tastes now, but back in the day, Wendy's was all right. Wendy's was all right. Their chicken sandwich was definitely, some competition. Okay. And the sweet tea, oof. Yeah. Wendy's was one of the ones. Yeah, back then. All right. So, episode 10. Lamar done dropped off Monique's body at the car wash, y'all. Oh, Jesus Christ. So Meech has to deal with a deceased baby mama, right? So, of course, the only two detectives in town are there, okay? Detective Jen and Detective Brian. And they asked me, she's like, hey, do you recognize this young lady? And Meech was like, no, I never seen her before, which was kind of off-putting to me. And as I stated when we was watching it in real time, I would think, and I could be wrong, and I could be reaching, but I would think that Detective Bryant would know of Meech's baby mothers. You know what I'm saying? Because they had a rapport, like they low-key was working together previously. So I don't know. I just would have thought that Detective Bryant would have knew who she was, because it seems like, based on, I mean, Detroit is a big city. Don't get me wrong, but I just feel like you kind of know who is who, especially with Meech and Terry. They kind of known in the city, so I would have thought that Bryant would have known who Monique was to Meech. But Meech, she played it off, was like, I don't know this lady, and he kept it moving. Okay. He kept it moving. What's up, Artie? Thank you for coming through. So T was like, sorry your baby mama is dead, but we got 500 kilos coming. We need a stash house. I was like, dang, T, Meech can't grieve for 30 seconds before you start talking about these bricks. Like, what we doing here? So we meet at the record shop. Meech tell Roland to go to Cali. So I'm like, why Roland got to go to Cali? But we find out later. And so Sterling, he's there, and he's like, hold up now. You got to beat Mickey up in here. Like, he a whole snitch. Like, what are we doing here? So Meech was like, all right, Sterling, you my man and all, but don't question my business tactics, okay? I got a rhyme and reason for everything, okay? But I feel you, Sterling. Why is B Mickey still here? He's violated. He's violated on so many levels. It's not even funny at this point. What's up, Tamika? Thank you for coming through. Happy Sunday. So, oh, Lord, I don't even want to talk about Marquisha no more. I swear to God, I do not want to talk about her, but I'm just going to say that she's at the hotel with, Terry and the kids, because some guys that came in looking for Boom, and now she's stranded. And I'm still frustrated because Marquisha always at work, and you got a whole drug dealer baby daddy, but somehow you don't have no money for you and these kids. Like, make it make sense. Make it make sense. But she tells T that she loved him, and we saw that one eye just go crazy. Like, that one eye got shot at, it just went crazy on us. I'm like, all right now, T, don't get too excited. That eye gonna pop the hell out. We don't have time to go back to the hospital. Please, sir, calm the hell down, okay? Tell that eye to chill the head out. Please and thank you, okay? And then Charles over there with Lucille talk about he lost his way. He said he lost his way. I was like, oh no, you ain't lose your way. You just went over there to the easy rest. Yes, so that's what happened, Charles. You went over there to the easy rest. But you had clear directions, sir. You had GPS, okay? I know it's the 80s, but you had GPS. What are we doing here? Okay, so y'all, K9 get interrogated, y'all. And so Detective Brian was like, give us all the names of the local dealers, okay? And of course, K9 was like, I don't know nothing. Everybody on that Zeke right now, I don't know nothing. But we find out that Peaches done told everything. She done told where the body's at, the guns at, the stash house. I'm like, dang, Peaches, this what we doing? She probably took the bait, the same bait that Bryant was given to LaWanda. Peaches took it. Peaches took it. I was like, dang, Peaches, we already know you wasn't the real one, but what we doing here? Okay. And then on top of that, Detective Bryant said, hold on, we got 24 other people cooperating. So it really don't look good at all for K9. All right. But he decides, hey, I'm going to stitch on a couple folk. Okay. The 6 Mile Crew, Cena, y'all can have all that. So the Bryant was like, yeah, that's cute or whatever. But what about them Flittery boys? I said, hold up, Bryant. Hold up, Bryant. You over here got a whole Colombian Connect handed to you, but you worried about little old Meech and Terry. I cannot, Bryant. And you gonna get your karma, unfortunately. So K9 just laughed. He was like, you know what? I give you everybody, but I don't know nothing about them. Okay. I was like, yeah, I respect that, K9. Please, but they done spared your life. You could be dead right now, but now you just facing prison time. So you're gonna have some good eats over there at Cell Block D, my boy. That was hilarious to me. Okay. So, oh, Jesus Christ. Lamar over there reflecting on life. He's thinking about Blackie and Monique, and over there thinking about Zoe. He's over there just hopeless as a penny with a hole in it at this point. And I'm like, Lamar, just put yourself out your own misery. Like, I'm tired. I'm tired of dealing with Lamar at this point. Like, we really extended his stay over here. Okay. Jesus. It's a lot. So Charles, he plans a dinner for the whole family. You know, he think he's slick. He's trying to woo his way back in. And, you know, even Meech show up because he's trying, because Meech low-key toxic, okay? So he's okay condoning the bullshit that Charles is doing. But it don't work. Lucille was like, I'm done. I'm tired of being broke. Okay? You broke and you cheating? Hell no, we not doing that. No, So I don't blame Lucille, okay? Not at all. Not at all. All right. So we at the hair show. And LaWanda and Lucille want to give Markeisha that work. Because Markeisha being hella disrespectful at this point, right? And I'm like, all right, Markeisha, you need to chill the hell out. Okay. So she get upset. She ends up trying to leave with her, you know, her and T. But we see Saint. I don't know why I want to call him Little Saint. We see Saint, aka DC Young Fly. And he was like, all right, I need you to stay away from Boom's bitch, okay? And Markeisha was like, I ain't nobody's bitch. What you be talking about? And of course, Boom, he doesn't see the pics of T and Markeisha. So, you know, that ego was very much bruised, okay? So anybody can get it, all right? So Meech was like, all right, I told y'all last episode, we really got to get at Bryant because he's the real root of the problem. So Meech and Detective Bryant, they meet at Belle Isle, okay? And so Meech was like, hey, I got a little surprisey here for you, Mr. Bryant. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you remember Leander? Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. The whole J-Mo situation? Yeah. So what I need you to do, Bryant, I need you to go get that gun that you got in your house. And within the hour, I need you to hand that gun to B. Mickey, okay? And be swifty with it, okay? Because we not playing. Or Leander, he gonna be singing like a bird over here, okay? So I'm gonna need you to go ahead and do what you gotta do and get this evidence back in our hands. Or else little Kevin is gonna go bye-bye. And if even you trying to be cute, that's fine. We got these scanners on lock, so you can't get no help. So, of course, Detective Bryant, he trying to save his son and save his job. So he going over there to the house, y'all. He going on to the house and try to find that gun. The gun is not there. So Jen, she comes in the house. She was like, oh, I heard about little Kevin. I want to see if you were okay. He like, what the hell are you talking about? I heard about little Kevin. So little Kevin, of course, he's been at the court. He's getting bullied by Marcus, okay? So this is the second day. Kevin, I don't understand. If you, and don't get me wrong, I'm not condoning bullying at all. But if I got bullied on Tuesday, I'm not going to go to the same place on Wednesday because I know my bully is there. Like, what are we doing here, Kevin? So Kevin, the deleted Marcus, and his delusional self don't understand how he is going to get arrested and go to jail because he said it's all a mistake in the accident. I said, this is some bullshit. I'm sorry, little Kevin, you too wrapped up in those damn comics. Ain't no way in hell you couldn't put two and two together. Like, no, sir, this is not a game. This is not PS4, 5, Nintendo, Atari. This ain't none of that, Kevin. This is real life. What are we doing here? Oh, my God. So Jen, she, politely arrests Kevin. And now we face with some BS because we got J-Mo body and Kato's body on the gun. So now we all over here looking at the newspaper and Kevin may go down for all of them. And I said, what the hell is going on here? Triple homicide? Like, it's a lot, y'all. It's a lot. Yes, booby. Kevin, he a little slow. It's no way in hell. It's no way in hell. What we doing? Oh, God. It's worked my nerves, y'all. So, Jesus Christ. Charles and Lucille, they over there having a little conversation, right? And Charles was like, okay, yes. So, I found a pastor that can help us with our marital troubles, okay? Because God's giving us a second chance. And Lucille was like, yeah, he gave us a second chance. But I'm using that chance to get out of this broke-ass marriage, okay? I found us a divorce lawyer, okay? And I'm going to find me another chance with somebody else because there's no way in hell I'm going through this again, okay? Like, we not doing that over here. No, sorry, Bob. I'm good on that. So, T and Meech, they're having a little conversation, right? Which I don't really quite understand. Because T is telling Meech, we got to let this Lamar situation go. Telling him we're not killers, we're businessmen. But T, you was just ready to be Mickey. Like, I don't understand. What is the logic here, T? This makes no sense. Be Mickey, snitch, yes. But even Meech told T, we got to get Lamar out of here. Do we got to go? Do we got to do a verse 2 of DMX, what they want? Do we got to start naming names? There was Monique. There was Nito, Saki, Darius, Mama, Nikki. There's so many people. There's so many things, so many ways Lamar has violated us. He shot me, T. Like, what is going on here? Why are you not ready to murk this dude? I don't understand. I don't understand. This is not the time to be non-violent. Give me all the violence when it comes to Lamar. Please and thank you. Oh, God. He get on my nerves sometimes. I swear to God. Okay? But Meech, he probably thought about it. He was like, you know what? I'm going to make sure Lamar dies slow. And what did he decide to do with the help of Alvin? He makes... Sorry, I can't even say this with a straight face. Oh, Lord, he makes Lamar smoke crack. Please, in the chat, please chime in. Do y'all feel like this was goofy or not? I want to know y'all thoughts on this. Please and thank you. Let's do this. Put a 1 if y'all felt that Meech should have just deaded Lamar. And put a 2 if y'all felt that it was okay and justice for him just to get him on crack. Because it's one thing to deal with a sober Lamar. But a crackhead Lamar, I don't know. I still wouldn't trust it. I still wouldn't trust it, okay? I'm sorry. I just don't. And don't get me wrong. I live by the thought process of letting someone suffer, right? I'm not the one to be like, oh, someone has to die per se, because I feel like when when you're dead and gone, you don't really have no suffering. So I do understand that logic, but it's Lamar. It's Lamar. Like we cannot leave anything to chance. And we over here allow him to smoke the crack to get all the crackheads straight. And now Lamar is gonna have the hardest D in the D. And so we gonna see like a bunch of little baby Lamars running around here. And I don't want those problems. I don't want those problems. But of course, for the show and for legal purposes, I guess we have to illustrate that BMF does not murk people. I get it. But God, like this is ridiculous to me. I'm sorry. RC said this is 2B-ish. Would you say 111 111 111 111 11 Booby, he says straight groove troop status. I believe that. The Marcus said that I actually thought Sterling Black was the one smoked Lamar from the Meech. That would have been the perfect idea, because that does not criminate Meech specifically, but that does or would incriminate quote unquote BMF. But we know Big Meech, he about to get out this year. I could have sworn Big Meech's supposed to get out 2024, but I haven't really looked for any updates, so I could be wrong. But this was like a year or two ago, so things could have changed. So yeah, now Lamar is on the drugs, y'all. Oh, Jesus Christ. This is ridiculous. So Detective Brian is in some trouble because he pretty much broke the chain of custody when it came to the Blicky. He suppressed the evidence. And so, yeah, Sergeant was like, please, badge and gun, please and thank you, okay? So now Detective Bryant, I don't necessarily know his specific status right now. I don't know if it's like a temporary leave where they have to investigate, but I'm pretty sure he really can't. I don't think it's possible. It could be. But for him to really ever get his job back, I don't know, right? Because we saw at the beginning of season 2, years later, he pops up with Leslie Jones' ass. So, and it looks like he's not really possibly police, but he may be like in a private agency. I don't know. Long story short, he not a whole cop at this point, okay? And Jen, she's upset, but she's like, yo, I can convince B. Mickey to take the other 2 bodies, i.e. J-Mo and Kato. And, that leaves Kevin just 1 body, Marcus. So Jen, she goes over there to B. Mickey and tries to convince him to confess. And B. Mickey said, are you smoking crack, Jen? Is that what's going around here? Because what sense does that make? So he dismisses her, but it doesn't help because we already see Sterling. He's doing surveillance and he's peeping the whole situation, right? But of course, he doesn't know the ins and outs and the details of that conversation. So when Meech has his little going away party, he pretty much tells me, Mickey, like, I'm done with you. You out. I can't trust you. Sorry, bruh. So I don't know. I really feel like B. Mickey right gonna go somewhere off himself because he really think he probably don't have nothing to live for at this point. So I don't know. Do y'all think we're gonna see B. Mickey in next season? Let me know. So Meech and T, they decide, of course, we have to, expand. So I'm gonna go ahead, run distro ATL while you sit here in Detroit and handle things up here, okay? So that's what happens, right? So Meech, we over here in Atlanta with Goldie. So she decides to partner up with Meech to, launder money and all that good stuff, right? But of course, Mike come back. And Mike was like, yeah, I want my 100K. All right. But he don't know what he's dealing with. So Goldie ends up offing Mike. And apparently Mike is connected to the mob. He's their biggest earner, right? So we hear the name Robert Fulton, and he may be a problem. So we may see him next season because they're going to want some answers why their biggest earner is no longer with us, okay? So Goldie was like, all right, I got to skip town. So I got to go ahead and get me and my sister out of here. But of course, the sister was like, nah, I'm tired. I don't want to fight no more. It's going to slow you down. So Meech assists Goldie with pulling the plug on her sister. But Goldie was like, all right, Meech, I'm going to go here and go somewhere else. But while you here in Atlanta, going over there to Magic City, hook up with Rodney Green, he going to help you. Now, if Robert find out that you was helping me, you as good as dead, sir. So you need to figure that out. So Meech already over here in Atlanta with problems. Not to mention, Rennie was over there in Magic City. He done peeped Meech there. So it's going to be some issues. So I don't know. If we go in this non-violent situation when it comes to BMF, I don't know what creative way Meech is going to use to not have Remy as a problem. And I'm pretty sure we know Meech's sales, we know his sales skills is on par. So I feel like Meech is going to approach Remy, and pretty much tell him, come on, going over here and join Death Row. That's what we doing, okay? You gonna make money over here. I don't want no problems with you. We gonna all eat. So I think that's probably how that's gonna go. And to end the episode and the season, Tia and Marquisha was over there riding around, having a good old time, right? In the car. We even passed Lamar over there in the Skid Row version of Detroit. He strung out, which was still goofy to me. It's aggravating. I don't know, y'all. There was a lot of decisions in this show that I just didn't understand. Well, Marquisha was over there, talking about we got to get a house. I'm like, Marquisha, I don't know why. She just aggravate me. I was really rooting for her because I actually like from what I know of her, I like Tanisha, who's the character she's based off of. So, but I have to even, I don't know, have y'all watched that movie, The First Lady of BMF? Let me know. I meant to check it out, but I never did. But I don't know. It feel like it's going to give me some Tubi action, but we going to see. Anywho, we had a stoplight, and Saint pulls up. I'm just going to call him Little Saint. I'm just sorry. You got sir. I'm just going to call him Little Saint because we doing it for Little Saint. And he blasts up in the car. There's several shots. And, T kind of covers Marquisha to some degree. So we're going to see. We're going to see how that lands. I will discuss my thoughts on that on Wednesday at 8:15. We're going to kind of talk about the trailer, the new additions to the show. And, we're just going to get in some season 3 details on Wednesday, 8:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But that was pretty much episodes 6 through 10, you guys. I appreciate y'all listening and rock what BY did the Lord's work. Please continue to pay it forward by liking this video and subscribing if you're not subscribed, okay? RD, you said you just looked it up. Release now is 2025. Okay. All right. So we're going to see possibly Big Meech out here in these streets. I'm sure he's going to make up for lost time, okay? I just hope they got money stashed somewhere. They got to have some bread stashed in somebody's basement yard. I don't know. I just pray they got money somewhere. Like, they have to. I really feel like they do, but that's their business, okay? But thank y'all again. And I will see y'all on Wednesday, okay? Till next time, 2 dulls. All right. Love y'all. Bye.